everyone, welcome back. I hope all of you are doing good. So guys, today we'll be continuing with our lecture number 5 of KVPY SX stream for the 12th standard students. So the topic of discussion today is going to be Calculus 3, wherein I will discuss some really interesting questions on integration and differentiation. So let's try to solve some really interesting questions. But before that, let me introduce myself to all those students who do not know me or those who are coming here for the first time. So guys, my name is Shimon Joseph and I'm a math master teacher at Vedantu. I've been teaching for almost 6 years now, mentoring over 5,000 amazing students like all of you. And like you guys, I also prepared for exams like JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, KVPY, and I cleared some of them. Now, an important part of today's session is the schedule. So this is the schedule for this week and this is for the 11th standard students. So guys, I hope you all are noting it down because you should know what topics are going on. So when you are interested in a particular topic or if you want to become confident and more strong in a certain topic, you can come on that particular day and watch it. Okay? Is that fine? So you can note it down. This is for the 11th standard students and similarly for the 12th standard students is also there over here. So for you guys, the 12th standard students, you have the schedule given here. Today you have your math session, tomorrow you will have physics, the day after you will have chemistry, and yesterday you had biology. All those are given over here and the topics are, as you can see, mentioned over here. Okay? Perfect. Now moving forward, if you guys are interested to interact with us or the academic mentors who can guide you along your path or along your journey towards JEE Advanced, you can check out this link. This is a link to join our Telegram group. And it will be posted in the description. Don't worry about it. You need not click it on the screen. It will be posted in our description. You can click on that and join it. What is the benefit of joining Telegram? Telegram is nothing but WhatsApp, guys. It's similar to WhatsApp. You can share and post assignments and all that. And you can have a very good interaction. So if you are interested, do check it out. It's useful. And as always, please do like, share and subscribe. That keeps us motivated and we will bring out the best of content for all of you. Okay? So let's see the first question. That's what we are here for. Let us have a look at it. So guys, the first question for today in calculus session is going to be over here, which says, let that be a function f from R to R, and that is a continuous function which satisfies f of x is equal to x plus integral 0 to x f of t dt for all x belonging to R. Now they are asking you the number of elements in the set S such that if x belongs to R, f of x should be 0. Okay, basically they are saying when f of x becomes 0, at that x, that value of x will belong to my set. Okay, now how many elements are going to be present in my set S? That is the question. You guys can try it out now. It's a very nice question. Not very easy or not very difficult. It's moderate. Okay. So please read it carefully. They're asking you how many points on the real plane or how many points on the real number line your f of x is going to be 0. Getting it? So that is your question. Please try to solve it. I will give you all probably 2 minutes of time. You can pause it, try it out and then come back. Okay. 2 minutes is an ideal time to solve this question. So let me get started. If you have any guesses, please do let me know. If you have the guesses of the approach, let me know. If you have guess of the answer, that also you can let me know. I'll be more than happy to address it. Okay. So guys, the first thing is I'm going to give you hints. So if you don't want hints, you can pause the video. The first hint is as soon as I see variable limits or the integral, the first thing that strikes me is Newton-Leibniz, isn't it? I'm sure all of you are familiar with Newton-Leibniz formula. What is it used for? It is used for trying to differentiate an integral. So when you are trying to differentiate an integral with variable limits, you will think of Newton-Leibniz. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I start off with my first hint and slowly move forward and see if that is able to give me the answer. Getting it? So that is the procedure or the way in which your thought should work. Getting? So let's see what is the answer for this question. If you have any guesses, please do let me know. The answer is going to be not option B, not C, and not D. It is going to be option A. Okay. So this f of x equal to 0 will happen only at 1x. How do we get that? Let's try to solve it now. Okay? I want all of you to listen carefully because this is a good question, guys. So let's get started. So what is the first thing I told? I told you to differentiate, right? So let's say f dash of x. I am differentiating this is equal to 1 plus, how do you differentiate an integral? Differentiating an integral is given to us by Newton-Leibniz formula. If you guys are not aware of it, please do go and read a standard textbook. It is very important both for JEE Mains as well as JEE Advanced. Okay? So let's try to learn how to use that. So differential of this integral will be f of x into derivative of x. That's it, done. So what is my f dash of x? My f dash of x is dy by dx. Okay, because I can say my f of x as y. I can take my f of x as y for simplicity's sake. Why did I take it like that? Because majority of the time when we are trying to solve a differential equation, here what am I trying to do? I am trying to solve a differential equation. Why am I trying to solve a differential equation? Because I want what is f of x. Only if I know what is f of x, I can see where it is becoming 0. Okay? So if I want f of x, I have to solve this differential equation. So when I want to solve a differential equation, how did we learn? We learned it as dy by dx. That is how we learn, right? We learn how to solve dy by dx and differential equation of that form. Getting it? So that is exactly what I did here. I'll write it as equal to 1 plus y. Now if you know what is a differential equation and how to solve it, you will know this is a very simple differential equation. It's a very simple one because I can take the whole 1 by y down and I can take the dx to the other side. So what will I get? I will get something like dy by 1 plus y is equal to dx. Now I can integrate both sides. So if I integrate both sides, what do I get? So this will give you ln of 1 plus y and that will be equal to x plus some constant c, isn't it? So what can I say? I can say 1 plus y is equal to e to the power x plus c. Are you guys okay with that? So now what is my y? Y is equal to e to the power x plus c minus 1. That's it. So I have got my function. So what is my function? My function f of x is e to the power x plus c minus 1. But what is the only thing that is creating problem for me here? The only thing that is creating problem for me here is c. I don't want to have my c, guys. Why is it necessary to have that c? If I get rid of the c, only then I can predict, right? So I need to first find a way to get rid of that c. Okay? So now let's try to have a look at that. So let me erase all this. I hope you guys are fine with that. Let's now look at the equation given to us. Now I am thinking in the direction of removing my c. So I'm going to have a look at the equation given here. Because if I want to remove c, I need to know one functional value, isn't it? So how do I get a functional value? So if you look at this expression carefully, right? What is the value of f at 0? The value of f at 0 is going to be equal to 0 plus integral 0 to 0 f of t dt. Now f of 0 is going to be how much? 0. Why is that? Because integral from 0 to 0, when you have integral where both the limits are the same, we know that the value of integral is 0, right? Therefore f of 0 is 0. So now I know a functional value. And what is the beauty of this? When I know a functional value, I can always put it back and get the value of c. Isn't it? So what is f of 0? F of 0 is equal to e to the power 0 plus c minus 1. And that should be 0. Isn't it? So e to the power c minus 1 should be 0. So c should be how much? C should be 0. So what is the function then? The function now is completely found out, and that is nothing but f of x is equal to e to the power x minus 1. That is awesome, right? That's a very, very good function that we have got. Now we are done. We are almost sitting on top of the answer. Let's try to get it completed. So guys, I'm going to erase everything else. Take some time to go through whatever I did. I'm going to erase it and then complete this question. Okay? So please pause the video if you want to go through it. So now I got my function. Let's see how the graph of e to the power x looks like. So guys, how does the graph of e to the power x look like? Exponential function. It looks somewhat like this, isn't it? This is the graph of e to the power x. Now when I say e to the power x minus 1, what happens? the graph comes down by 1 unit because I am subtracting a constant from a given function. So e to the power x is a given function. From that I am subtracting -1. So the entire graph which I have here of e to the power x will come down by 1 unit. So now the original graph or the graph of the function f of x will look like this. Getting it? So at how many points is it cutting? At how many points is it cutting the x-axis? That is, where does f of x become 0? F of x becomes 0 only at 0. That's it. F of x becomes 0 only at 0. How do I say that? Because it's an increasing function. If you look at it carefully and if you know the meaning of what an increasing function is, you will be able to comprehend what I'm saying. So if you differentiate this, what will you get? You get e power x. E power x is a positive quantity. And that means my derivative is always positive. If my derivative is always positive, my function is always increasing. So if the function is always increasing, from e power minus infinity is what? E power minus infinity minus 1 is what? It's going to be -1. So almost -1. Almost -1. So from -1 it starts and it goes all the way up to infinity. So it is continuously increasing. And when I say it starts from -1, guys, don't take it takes the value -1. It is going to be -1 open till infinity open. That is the range of this function. That is the range of this function. And since it is always increasing while covering this range, I can say the value in between, which is 0, will be taken only once. And it will be taken only once, at which point it will be taken at 0. That is why the answer is 1 for this question. I hope all of you have understood it. Okay? Is that fine, guys? If you have any questions, please do let me know. I will help you out in the chat. Okay? You can also comment it down below. Clear? So please go through it, and once you are done, we can proceed to the next question. Shall we? Perfect. Let us move forward. So the second question that I have for all of you today is over here. This is another interesting question, but pretty simple if you get the meaning right. So let me explain it for you. So the question goes like this. So there is a function f from 2 to infinity to natural numbers. Okay? And it is defined by f of x is equal to the largest prime factor of g of x. So this is step function or the box function or the greatest integer function. Okay? So step function or the box function or the greatest integer function of x. Then what is the integral value from 2 to 8 of f of x dx? That is what you have to find out. Okay? It's a very nice question, but once you get the meaning correct, it's very simple. Once you get the meaning correct, it's pretty easy. Okay? So please try to solve it. I will give all of you probably 1 minute of time, because once you crack the question, it's very easy, guys. 1 minute time, pause it, try it out, and then come back. The others can let me know what is the procedure, what is the approach you will take. Okay, I'll give you some hint now. The approach you will take is completely dependent on what is f of x, because see, nothing is given about f of x here. So I need to interpret from this statement. So what is this statement? They are saying that f of x is equal to the largest prime factor of g of x. So when I say the largest prime factor of g of x, let's say my x is 8.5. Okay, so what is the value of f of x now? F of 8.5 will be equal to largest prime factor of g of 8.5. What is g of 8.5? G of 8.5 is 8. Getting it? So f of 8.5 is equal to largest prime factor of 8. What is the largest prime factor of 8? It is 2 only. Getting it? So f of 8.5 is equal to 2. That is how you solve it. Okay? Now with that hint, I want some of you guys to try it and get the answer. Please pause it, try to break your head, solve it, then you will improve. Getting it? So yeah, guys, any answers, guesses, always do let me know. Let's see what is the right one. Is it A? How many of you say it's A? If you guys say it's A, you can give me a thumbs up or a yo in the comment. And how many of you say B, C and D? I hope the majority is option B, because that is the right answer. Okay. So let us see how to solve this question now. Okay. So as I said, I will start off with this statement. The most important statement in this question is going to be this one. Okay. Here is where all the clue lies in. Okay. So now we know that gif of x is a discontinuous function. So if it is a discontinuous function, you always need to break it at points of discontinuity, isn't it? So that is exactly what I'll do. This 2 to 8, I'll write it as 2 to 3 f of x dx plus 3 to 4 f of x dx plus 4 to 5 f of x dx plus 5 to 6 plus 6 to 7 plus 7 to 8. Okay, that took a lot of time. Yeah, so now what is f of x between 2 to 3? So f of x between 2 to 3 is the largest prime factor of gif of x, where x lies between 2 to 3. So what will be gif of x for this interval? For this interval, gif of x will be what? For this interval, gif of x will be 2. And what is the largest prime factor of 2? The largest prime factor of 2 is 2 only, guys. So it's going to be integral 2 to 3 2 dx plus integral 3 to 4. This is going to have gif of x as 3. Now, why is gif of x 3? Because x lies between 3 to 4. Look at the limits. 3 to 4 means gif of x will be 3. Getting it? Now, what is the largest prime factor of 3? 3 only. The largest prime factor of 3 is 3 only. Plus 4 to 5. 4 to 5, the gif of x will be equal to what? Will be equal to 4. Because between 4 to 5, gif of x will be 4. And what is the largest prime factor of 4? The largest prime factor of 4 is going to be 2. So again it will be 2 dx plus 5 to 6. Now gif of x over here will be equal to 5, isn't it? So if gif of x is equal to 5, I want you guys to tell me what is the largest prime factor that is going to be 5 again. Okay, so it's going to be 5 dx and then integral 6 to 7. Gif of x here will be what? Gif of x here will be 6. What is the largest prime factor of 6? Largest prime factor of 6 is 3. The largest prime factor of 6 is 3, right? Because what are the factors of 6? 2 and 3. Which is the bigger prime factor? Bigger prime factor is 3. That's why I wrote it 3. Getting it? Now 7 to 8. It will be gif of x is equal to 7. So what is the largest prime factor of 7? The largest prime factor of 7 is 7 only, because that is the only prime factor. Clear? That's it. Now integrated. It will be 2x. The integral of this will be 2x. But the limits are 3 to 2, right? So the gap is 1. 2x, the limits are 2 to 3. So it will be 2 into 3 minus 2. So it will be 2 only. So likewise, when you do for this, I think I erased it. It is 3, I guess. Yeah. Like that, when you do for this, it will be 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus 7. So that's my answer. 2 plus 3 is 5, 7, 12, 15, 22. That's it. Over. I hope you guys can do that. The last integration, don't worry about it, guys. It's very simple. So the gap is 1, right? So it will be 3 into the gap, 2 into the gap, 2 into the gap. Gap is 1 only. So it will be 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus 7. So when you add all of them, you will get 22 as the answer. And that is exactly what is given in the question, right? 22 was one of the option. It was B option. So if you guys got it, great job. And if you do not know how to proceed, I hope now you learn the approach. So keep this in mind. What are the hints and how did I start solving? That is more important, guys, because I don't want you to remember what I did. I want you to get the hints that led me to the way I did it. That led me to the way I did it. Getting it? So that is more important. First, figure out what is the most important statement. Then I started with gif of x. Gif of x is discontinuous function. So I need to break my integral. All that is the learning process. Okay? I hope you guys have understood it. So let's move forward, guys. Let's move on to the next question. You guys can take notes and go through it again. And if you have any doubts, please feel free to drop a comment. I'll be more than happy to reply to that. Okay? Perfect. So let us get going, guys. Let's move on to the next question. So next question is over here. Very simple, because you keep getting questions like this in NCERT and JEE Mains. So NCERT and JEE Mains are flooded with this question. So please try to solve it. Okay? I'm sure everyone can. Try to do it. I'll give you exactly 1 minute. Pause it right now. Give it a try and then come back. And those who know the answer can already comment. You can always comment. Let's see who gets it right and how many people get it right. Okay? So what is the answer, guys? It's very simple. What is the method you use to solve? The method you use to solve this question is nothing but King's rule. Nothing but King's rule. What is that? A property of definite integral, right? So f of x integral a to b f of x, right? That can also be written as integral a to b f of a plus b minus x. Integral of a to b f of x can also be written as integral of a to b f of a plus b minus x. So that is the property which I will be using to solve this question. I have given you as a hint now. You guys can try solving and tell me what is the exact answer. Any guesses? Is it A, B? So guys, the answer for this question is option C. So your answer is going to be pi by 2. Let's see how we solve that. Okay? So first what I'll do is I will always take the given integral as I. Okay, the given integral as I will take it like that. Now what I will do is I'll apply this property. If you guys don't know, I will write it for you because some of you may not be knowing this. Okay, so this is the property I'm going to use. So what is A? A is minus pi. What is B? B is pi. So what is A plus B minus x? A plus B minus x is equal to minus pi plus pi minus x, which will be minus x only. So now instead of f of x, I will put f of minus x. Will the limits change? No, but the integral will be equal in value. So the same integral can be written with the same limits, but only thing is my x will now change to a plus b minus x. My x alone will now change to a plus b minus x. And what is a plus b minus x? It is minus x. So I will put cos square of minus x divided by 1 plus a to the power minus x dx. Okay, that's it. So let's try to solve it now. So this can be written as cos square minus x is cos square x only, because cos of minus x is cos x. Getting it? 1 plus a to the power minus x. So that can be written as 1 plus 1 by a to the power x. So when I take LCM, it will become 1 by a to the power x into a to the power x from minus I to plus I dx. I hope that is clear. What did I do? I wrote a to the power minus x as 1 by a to the power x. Totally fine. A to the power minus x is of course 1 by a power x. Nothing wrong in that. Then what did I do? I took LCM. If I took LCM, I'll multiply a power x here. So it becomes 1 plus a power x divided by a power x, that I'll take it to the numerator. Why do I do that? It will all make sense in 2 minutes. Just wait for it. Now what I'll do is I will add this I and this I. So when I add I plus I, what will I get? I will get 2i. Isn't it? I will get 2i. Now let me add this. What is this integral? Minus I to I cos square x by 1 plus a power x. Okay, plus integral minus pi to pi. What is this? Cos square x into a power x by 1 plus a power x. Now guys, in both the limits are same, so I can club them together. First go through this. Let me know if you have understood whatever I did. I already did it very slow. I hope you guys are following. Please go through this. then we will proceed, because I want you guys to get this concept correct, because it's very frequent both in JEE Mains as well as JEE Advanced. You get a lot of questions based on this concept. So now what I will do is, I'll take 2i is equal to integral minus pi to pi. I'll take cos square x common. So if I take cos square x common, I am left out with 1 plus a to the power x divided by 1 plus a to the power x dx. Now 1 plus a to the power x and 1 plus a to the power x will get cancelled. Then I am left out only with cos square x. Isn't it super easy? So yeah, that's how you solve it. Now this can be written as 2i is equal to, I'll multiply and divide by 2. So that will become 1 by 2 times of integral minus pi to pi. It will become 2 cos square x, because I multiplied and divided by 2. What is 2 cos square x? I multiplied and divided by 2. So 2 cos square x will now become 1 plus cos 2x. 1 plus cos 2x into dx. Getting it? Are you all fine with it? That's pretty simple, guys. After that, I'll just remove this. I need some space to solve. So let us continue from there. So what do I get? 2i is equal to half into integral of 1 is x. Integral of cos 2x is sin 2x by 2. And limit us from minus pi to plus pi. Okay. So I will be equal to what? This 2 I will take it down. It will be 1 by 4 times of pi plus sin 2 pi is 0, minus of minus pi plus sin minus 2 pi is again 0. So you will get 2 pi by 4, which is equal to pi by 2. That is my answer for this question. I hope you guys have understood it. Okay? Is that clear to all of you? So guys, if you have any questions or doubts, please do let me know. I will help you out. But do take notes, and whatever we are doing here is the most important, in a nutshell information. So I have compressed entire syllabus into certain important topics. So these are the topics you have to focus on, and these are the model of questions which you have to be very comfortable with. You cannot find difficulty here. Okay? If you find difficulty, you have to go back to solving. Start from NCERT, then take any standard textbook, then solve previous year's questions. That will give you confidence. That is how you improve. Okay? So yeah, I'll give you some time. Go through it. Pause the video. Then we will move forward. Okay? I'm going to erase it, guys. So if you want to go through it, better pause it right now. Okay? Good. Let's proceed to the next question. So the next question is right over here. Looks very complicated, isn't it? So here we have another question based on integration. So let us have a look at it. So here you have your in defined as integral 1 to e log x to the power n dx, where n is a non-negative integer. Now they are asking you the value of I 2011 plus 2011 I 2010 is equal to what? And guys, this question was asked in the year 2010. So all of us must be able to relate to it and solve it, because it's a recent year question. Okay. So now, for those who want some hint, let me give you a thought. First thing is, as soon as I notice integral of log, we have learnt in NCERT that log is not directly integratable, isn't it? We use a method called as by parts in order to tackle these kind of questions. So that is the first hint, guys. You have to start this question with the help of by parts. Now, when you do by parts, you will be arriving at an expression like this. Okay? So please try to do it. I want everyone to try it out. And guys, I'll give you one more hint. Whenever you have questions like IN, right? We call those questions as reduction questions or reduction problems. So when you have a reduction problem, you have to think in terms of by parts majority of the time. So these kind of questions are very common in the All India Test Series. Okay? So you should be prepared for it if you are aiming for IIT JEE Advanced. Clear? So let us have a look at the solution now. But before that, any guesses about the answers? Guys, you can actually guess the answer, because look at the pattern. You have I 2011, 2011, 2010. And so here, whatever number you have here, the same number you have here. So you have 100, 100, and you have one less over here, one less over here. So only option C matches, and that is the answer. That is the answer. Of course, you can't do like that in exam. I will tell you how it is done over here. Okay, please listen carefully, guys. So first is I will apply by parts. So when I want to apply by parts, I want two functions, right? So I will write it in this fashion. I will write it as log x to the power n into 1 dx. Clear? Now I will take this as my second function and this as my first function. I hope all of you know what is meant by first function and second function. It is just order of priority, because usually the second function must be integratable. It should be easily integratable. Getting it? So let's try to solve it now. So in is equal to first function into integral of second. What is integral of second? X. And then apply the limits. That's how definite integral you open using by parts. Okay, minus differential of first function. What is differential of first function? Differential of log x to the power n. What is differential of log x power n? N log x to the power n minus 1 into differential of log x, which is 1 by x, into integral of second function. What is integral of 1? Integral of 1 is x, and whole integral is already there. Okay, so x and x will get cancelled. You will have in is equal to, put the upper limit. Log e is what? Log e is 1. 1 raised to the power n is 1 into e. So it will be e minus log 1 is 0 into 1 will be 0 only. Okay, so it is e minus 0 minus, if I take this n outside, I will have n times of integral of log x to the power n minus 1. I will have integral of 1 to e log x to the power n minus 1 dx. So guys, if in is this, what is in minus 1? In minus 1 is integral 1 to e log of x raised to the power n minus 1 dx. Clear? So now what I have over here is nothing but in minus 1. So I have in is equal to e minus n times of in minus 1. So in plus n times of in minus 1 is equal to e. That's it. Put 2011. I 2011 plus 2011 I 2010 equal to e. And the same thing can be put n equal to 100. I 100 plus 100 I 99 is also e. So both of them are equal in value. That is why option C is the right answer for this question. Okay? I hope all of you have understood it. It's a very simple one, directly based on by parts, and I used a reduction here. Getting it? So yeah, please try to solve it, guys. Go through it. You can probably pause the video and then try to understand what is happening. So yeah, with that, let us move forward. I will show you the next question. The next question is the homework question for the day, which is given over here. It's a very nice question asked in the recent year 2017. I want everyone to give it a try. So you have g of x to be a function. Again, you have variable limits. So you know the hint. I'm not saying anything, you know the hint. For all real x, then you have to find out the value of this limit. Very straight question, very straight. You just have to find out the value of this limit as x approaches 0. Is it infinity, or is it minus infinity, or is it 0 or 3 by 4? You guys have to solve it and let me know in the comments below. So yeah, guys, with that, let us conclude our session. I would like to talk about the KVPY mock test series here. So I'm sure you guys are aware of the fact that KVPY exam is going to be an online computer based exam. So you need to be very well accustomed to writing exams sitting for 3 hours in a computer. So that takes practice, guys. And mock test series which are online will be very helpful. So we are planning to launch some mock test series in which we have 2 part tests and then we have 3 full tests. Part tests will cover the entire syllabus in 2 halves. So that will give you time to work through the entire syllabus. And you also get complete analysis of your performance with respect to your friends all over the country. Okay, and it's available for a very nominal cost of 1000 rupees. If you are interested, please do check it out. It is available in the Vedantu website. And as I said previously, the Telegram link is here. In case you missed it, Telegram is an app similar to WhatsApp wherein we can share assignments, conduct polls and also interact with you students. So there are lots of teachers there from Vedantu, and we also have academic mentors who can guide you through your journey. So if you are interested, you can click on this link, or you will have it in the description box below. Do check it out. And as always, do like, share, comment and subscribe. That is the best feeling anyone can get. So keep us motivated, and we will bring out the best content for all of you. Okay? All the very best, guys. Keep working hard. I'm sure you guys will do well. Take care and bye-bye. See you in the next one.